Is Mantra dead? You've seen the whispers online, the doubts creeping into forums, the fearful questions in Telegram groups. Is the OA token just another ghost in the crypto graveyard? Today, we're cutting through the noise and diving deep into the brutal, unfiltered truth about Mantra. Is this project on life support, or is it a sleeping giant about to wake up? Stick around, because what we uncover might just shock you. First, let's address the elephant in the room, the price. For many, the token's price is the only health metric that matters. And yes, if you look at certain periods, Ohm's chart hasn't always been a beautiful sight. Like many altcoins, it's been on a roller coaster ride, facing brutal market downturns that have shaken even the most seasoned investors. When the entire market is bleeding, it's easy to look at a project like Mantra and declare it dead on arrival. But is that the full story? Absolutely not. Price action alone is a terrible way to judge a project's viability. It's like judging a marathon runner based on the first mile. We need to look under the hood. So let's talk about development activity. A dead project has no pulse. The GitHub is a ghost town. The developers have vanished, and the roadmap is gathering dust. What about Mantra? Well, a quick look at their development updates tells a very different story. They've been consistently building, shipping updates, and expanding their ecosystem. We're talking about the Mantra chain, a key part of their vision for a regulated, real-world asset ecosystem. Building a Layer 1 blockchain from the ground up, especially one focused on the complex world of RWA and regulatory compliance, is a monumental task. It doesn't happen overnight. The team has been head down coding, testing, and deploying. This isn't the behavior of a dead project. It's the sign of a team with a long-term vision, building methodically, brick by brick, even when the market isn't paying attention. They've been forging partnerships, integrating new technologies, and preparing for a future that's much bigger than short-term price fluctuations. Now, let's talk about the community. A project truly dies when its community gives up. When the social channels fall silent and the believers turn into skeptics. Has this happened to Mantra? While some fair-weather investors may have left during the bear market, a strong core community remains. These are the people who understand the vision, who participate in governance, and who see the potential of tokenizing real-world assets. They are active, vocal, and engaged. Go look at their social media, their Discord, their Telegram. You'll find discussions, debates, and a genuine belief in the project's future. A project where an active, passionate community is far from dead. It has a heartbeat. This community is the bedrock that will support the project through market cycles. But here's the most critical piece of the puzzle, the narrative. Mantra is playing the long game, focusing on one of the most explosive narratives in all of crypto, real-world assets, or RWAs. We're talking about tokenizing stocks, bonds, real estate, are trillions of dollars in assets waiting to be brought on-chain. This isn't a fleeting trend like meme coins. This is the institutional-grade future of finance. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has been vocal about this, stating that the tokenization of every financial asset is the next generation for markets. Mantra isn't chasing yesterday's hype. They are building the infrastructure for tomorrow's financial system. Their focus on compliance and security, building the chain of the regulated, is a genius move. Why? Because when big money, the institutions, finally decide to dive headfirst into crypto, where will they go? They won't go to decentralized casinos. They will go to platforms that are secure, compliant, and built to handle the complexities of regulated assets. Mantra is positioning itself to be that exact platform. They are building the compliant bridge between traditional finance and the world of DeFi. This isn't just a niche. It's a potential multi-trillion-dollar market. So, while others are focused on the daily charts, Mantra is building a toll booth on the superhighway of institutional capital. So, let's tie it all together. Is Mantra dead? The evidence overwhelmingly says no. What we're seeing is not a project in decline, but a project in a deep building phase, preparing for the next major cycle. The price has been suppressed? Yes, but the fundamentals have only gotten stronger. Development is active and focused. The community is dedicated. And most importantly, their core narrative, real-world assets, and compliance is perfectly aligned with where the entire financial industry is heading. Calling Mantra dead is a classic case of mistaking quiet, focused construction for abandonment. It's like looking at a construction site for a skyscraper a year before it's finished and calling it a failure because it doesn't have windows yet. The foundation is being laid, the steel frame is going up, and the work is happening behind the scenes. Those who have the patience and foresight to see the blueprint often reap the greatest rewards. The brutal truth is, the perception of Mantra as a dead project might just be the biggest opportunity for those who are actually paying attention. When the market finally wakes up to the RWA narrative and institutions start looking for a compliant home, Mantra won't be a dead project. It might just be one of the most obvious and well-positioned players in the entire space. Don't let short-term noise distract you from the long-term signal. Of course, this is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research. The crypto space is volatile and risky, but based on development, community, and strategic positioning, Mantra is anything but dead. It's a project with a clear vision, a dedicated team, and a target market that represents one of the largest financial shifts of our generation. The question isn't whether it's dead. The real question is, are you paying attention before the rest of the world catches on? Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and let me know in the comments what you think about Mantra's future. See you in the next one.